Hello, everybody, and welcome to Kokomo, Indiana, Game 3 of this 3-game set here in Kokomo. Winner will claim the Great Lakes East title and will advance on into tomorrow to have a chance to play for the Great Lakes Division title with the opportunity on the line to go to the Northwoods League championship game against the Waterloo Bucks or the St. Cloud Rocks. Mario Camaletti, the second baseman from Central Michigan, the 3-year Traverse City Pittsburgher, takes ball one outside, and we are underway in a winner-take-all game. Mario has been a consistent player all season long for the Pittsburghers, led the team in average and on-base percentage, led the Northwoods League in walks with 58. Has a 2-0 count. That count goes to 3 balls, no strikes. And the Northwoods League leader in walks, 1 ball away here from moving down to first base to start the game. Carsey Walker, the starter for the Kokomo Jackrabbits. He's only pitched in 2 games this season. So we'll see if that little bit of inexperience on the year plays into effect here in tonight's matchup. 3-1 now the count to Camaletti. Walker deals 3-1 down low, and Camaletti will work a walk to start the day. The Pittsburghers went scoreless in the ball game yesterday. They were not able to bring home a run. The only time that they had a real chance to score was in the second inning when they loaded the bases with nobody out. After that, they did not have a runner get into scoring position, and the rest of the game only had 3 base runners total. So scoring in the first inning here is going to be huge for Traverse City in their quest for back-to-back Northwoods League titles. Tito Flores in, and that ball gets away from the catcher Josh Buckley, and down to second base will go Mario Camaletti. He's on second, nobody out. Walker has faced the Pittsburghers once this year. He pitched 5 innings, 7 hits, 4 walks, and 3 runs. So a lot of base runners on base for Traverse City. They got 11 guys on base, only scored 3 of them. Need to have some more success at the plate tonight if they want a chance to win this ball game. Tito Flores trying to do some damage here and chops one foul. The count goes to 1-1. Only 4 hits in the ball game yesterday. Flores did not have one of them. He was 0 for 4 with 2 groundouts, a flyout, and a strikeout. But if you go back 2 days ago to game 1 at home, Tito Flores was 2 for 4 with a single and a double. He's been somewhat of a spotty player at times this season, where he's had games he's had 2, 3, maybe 4 hits, and other games where he goes 0 for 4, 0 for 5. But very rarely on the year has he had back-to-back games where he's not been able to produce. A .295 hitter in the regular season for Traverse City with an on-base of .438. He has a 2-1 count here, and Walker deals. Flores hits that one to center field, dropping in and being caught by the center fielder Camden Vasquez for out number 1. Would have been huge if Flores could get that ball more to the right side of the outfield, or do anything that could have advanced Camaletti to third that would have allowed him to score on a sacrifice fly. But he's still in scoring position, 1 away for Evan Mayday. Just like Camaletti, a 3-year Traverse City Pittsburgher who won the title in 2019. He's trying to help his team get back there. Up the middle, off the glove of Walker. Mayday trying to beat it out, and he will. He's going to get safe at first. A comebacker off the glove of Carsey Walker. It skipped past him towards second base. And Mayday is able to beat it out, and just like that, the Pittsburghers have runners on the corners with only 1 away for their big RBI bat, Chris Monroe. Chris Monroe this season set Traverse City franchise records in RBIs with 59 and home runs with 7. He led the Northwoods League this season with 59 RBIs, tied 20th all time in Northwoods League history. a stellar season for Monroe, who was a mid-season All-Star and is also selected as a postseason All-Star. And he has a chance to add on to his great season here. Had an RBI double in Game 1, but last night was 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts. He did walk once. 0-1 the count. Walker deals. Mayday's taken off. Monroe, a little chopper on the ground to third. That's going to bring home Camaletti. Mydraw's throw is in time. Mayday going to third. The dive. He is out. A double play is turned. Third to first. Back to third. But the Pitt Spitters score a run. Camaletti comes around, and they strike first. Up 1-0, headed into the bottom of the first. And here comes the left-handed pitcher Aaron Gustafson when we come back on Pitt Spitter Radio. Welcome back to Pitt Spitter Radio. Bottom of the first, 1-0 the score. It took all 9 innings yesterday, and the Pitt Spitters did not score. They were shut out in Game 2. It only took them 1 inning here to get on the scoreboard. They lead after the top half and looking to preserve that 1-run lead and hope for some more later and shut down the Jackrabbits and send this team into the Great Lakes Finals is Aaron Gustafson, the big left-hander, 6'4", 190, a junior from Olivet Nazarene University. Pitched 2 games at the start of the season for Traverse City. Then he left after his temp contract expired, was gone for just over a month before returning to the team on July 30th, and since then he has been stellar. Pre-temp contract leave, he pitched 7 innings and allowed only 1 earned run. Post-temporary contract, he has pitched 7 2/3 innings with 2 earned runs, so very similar stat line. More strikeouts after returning, less walks, less hits. So he has turned the corner here in the second half. He will be facing a very good Kokomo lineup, starting with this guy at the plate, Jacob Marcy. Marcy, a fantastic hitter for the Jackrabbits. Finished the regular season hitting .339. He's currently hitting .625 here in these playoffs in 2 games. 5 hits and 8 at-bats. 3 of those hits going for extra bases, including 2 last night, a double and a triple. 1-1 the count. Goose drops in a breaking ball that Marcy fouls off the right side. He has a big looping curveball that it should be very effective against left-handers, but there's only a couple lefties in the lineup, a lot of righties, which gives Kokomo a matchup advantage. But if you can keep Marcy off base at the top of the lineup, that's a good start. 1-2 the count, and Goose fires. Looked like a slider, and it moves outside for ball 2, so the count evens up to Jacob Marcy. He was 2 for 4 in Traverse City on Sunday, 3 for 4 last night, just having a fantastic series. 2-2, and he sits on that one, fouls it off the right side. Another breaking ball from Gustafson. That looks like the strategy here early on, not to feed him many fastballs that he can jump on. 3 straight games against the Pitt Spitters, going back to the regular season, that Marcy has multiple hits in the game. 2-2, line left side. That ball is going to get through for a base hit. It's another Base knock for Jacob Marcy, and he stays hot here in the postseason. And just like that, the tying run potentially is on first base. Another guy who is very good at the plate and has a lot of speed as well. A Washington kid from the University of Oregon, Gavin Grant, the second baseman. Grant, 322 in the regular season, but here in the playoffs, he's 0 for 6. Looking for his first knock. 0 for 3 in both games. Last night, struck out twice. Has only reached one time on a walk on Sunday in Traverse City. First pitch to him's a strike. It's 0-1. Breaking ball from Gustafson in there. Strike 2. He gets ahead of Grant. A good sign when you get ahead of a good hitter like this. Opens the door for a lot of possibilities. But with the runner on first, you can't necessarily spike a curveball and try to get a chase. 0-2, and Grant fouls it off and stays alive. Umpiring crew tonight, a 6-man crew. They combine 2 crews, as there's usually 3 umpires per game. They just combine 2 of those crews to make a 6-man team here. Another 0-2. Goose looking Marcy back. Fires Grant to third. Flores will get the out at second. And no shot to get Grant at first. He's going to beat out the double play. But a heads-up play by Flores just to get the lead runner and take care of Marcy for out number 1. So the way that the umpires are working is they actually have split it up pretty evenly. One crew of Justin Duplessis, Manny Flatus, and Marv Gomez, combined with the crew of Max Steiner, Davion Fry, and Lucas Colucci. Behind the plate is Max Steiner. Calling the balls and strikes as Chase Mydroth stands in, another plus 300 hitter in the regular season. Kind of broke out last night with some hits after he went 0 for 4 in Traverse City on Sunday. It was 1 for 3. Also worked himself a walk. So pitching in the series for Traverse City has been pretty good. They've only allowed 5 runs, 2 on Sunday, 3 last night. But the offense scored 9 runs on Sunday, none last night. So if they get the offense going, there will be a tough team to beat as Goose drops in a breaking ball for the second strike. As Traverse City in the regular season was one of the best teams when it came to pitching. And that certainly helps them win a lot of games when the offense isn't going. Mydroth chases down low. That is a strikeout. He goes down swinging. It's the second out of the inning. Just the first time that he's gone down on strikes here in the postseason. A big second out, retire a really good hitter, brings in Dylan Dennis. He's played first base every game. These two teams, the lineups have not changed all that much. And the positions have not really changed either. Goose picks off the runner Grant. Monroe chases him down, flips it to Camaletti. Camaletti running him back and tosses to Goose. Now Goose chases him down, puts the tag on him, and the inning is over. Gustafson gets the pick off of Grant. The Pitt Spitters execute the rundown, and we go to the second inning. Pitt Spitters on top 1-0 on Pitt Spitter Radio. Welcome back to Kokomo, Indiana. Winner take all, game 3. Pittsburgh's on top 1-0. RBI ground out by Chris Monroe in the top half, and in the bottom half, Aaron Gustafson gave up a leadoff single, but then got a fielder's choice, a strikeout, and then picked off Gavin Grant at first base to end the inning, giving him a technical 1-2-3 inning despite that one base hit. Trey Younger, the left fielder from Wofford, is going to lead off here in inning number 2 against Carsey Walker. He takes ball 1 upstairs. Trey Younger was one of the Traverse City players with a base hit last night. There weren't many of them. There was only 4, but Younger had one of them in the second inning when the bases went loaded. Younger singled after Monroe walked, and a single by the on-deck batter, Zeb Bruce, loaded him up. Younger was 2 for 4 with an RBI single on Sunday, which put the Pittsburghs up 9-2, the final score in that game. 2-1 the count here against Walker. And he deals. Younger, little chopper to third. Mydroth fields it on a high hop and will throw on time to Dylan Dennis to get a first out. A better start to the inning. He walked Mario Camaletti on just 5 pitches in the first and started to lose the zone to Trey Younger. Went down 2-0. But he was able to bounce back with 2 strikes and get a ground ball. Zeb Bruce, the hitter, playing center field. Second member of that Wofford tandem in the lineup. The lineup is basically the same as last night, with every single player 1 through 8 in the exact same spot in the lineup, playing the exact same position. The only difference is the catcher spot in the 9-hole. 1-0 swinging is Zeb. Grounder due short. Adam Crampton will field. He will throw to Dennis, and there are 2 quick outs. Pair of ground outs here by Walker. Good start to the inning. That fastball he's throwing might have a little bit of sink to it as he's getting hitters to get under it or get on top of it and drive it into the ground. 2 outs for the designated hitter, Michael Steigels. First pitch to him is up and in. Watch out. Out of the way, 1-0. Steigels last night 0 for 3 with a strikeout, ground out, and a line out. Looking for his first hit in the postseason. Good breaking ball from Walker. Starts inside, breaks over the heart of the plate, 1-1. A lot of players last night were fooled by the Kokomo starting pitcher, Steven Silvas. He threw a sinker as his primary pitch, and it had a lot of run on it, which had hitters fooled. Very successful to the right-handed hitters because he would throw it outside, so the hitter recognizes that pitch off the plate, but then it has that hard left-to-right break on it and caught the outside corner for strikes. He did that all night long. 2-2 to Steigels, and that is called strike 3. A 1-2-3 inning and the first strikeout for the Kokomo starter, Carsey Walker. So a very fast top of the second, on to the bottom of the second, looking for the same results on Pittsburgh Radio. Welcome back to Kokomo Municipal Stadium, the site of the deciding Game 3 of the subdivisional series to determine the Great Lakes East postseason champion. Traverse City on top of Kokomo 1-0, but a 1-2-3 top of the second down went the Pit Spitters. Carsey Walker with a good inning, 2 groundouts and a strikeout. Looking for a matching inning here is Aaron Gustafson, as he will pitch to Dylan Dennis. He was the batter when Gavin Grant was picked off, so he'll lead off, and he grounds one to short, 1 pitch, 1 out to start the second. That's Faust to Monroe. I'm sure Goose is just given the keys in this game, and he will just pitch as long as he possibly can, as long as he's dealing. He can go the whole 110 pitches, no matter how many innings that takes, as Traverse City is trying to do anything they can to win tonight and move on to face the Madison Mallards tomorrow. Madison sweeping the Fond du Lac Dock Spiders in back-to-back series as they face the Dock Spiders the final series of the regular season and swept them in Madison. That clinched their postseason spot, and then facing Fondy again in the postseason, they won in Madison and they won last night in Fondy, so they're in the second round ready to go, waiting the winner of this game. 0-2 pitch to Tora Otsuka. Gustafson floats a curveball in there, and Otsuka fouls it off the left side. A really good hitter at the plate here. Otsuka continues to terrorize Pit Spitter pitching. He's only hitting .250 in the postseason, 2 hits and 8 at-bats, but 1 for 4 each game, and he has a hit in all 5 games he's played against Traverse City this season. Line drive to short, caught by Christian Faust. That's really the MO there, and I'm sure Faust knew that. Otsuka is a slap hitter that goes the opposite way. He hits it on the left side of the infield. He does not hit the ball really that high in the air. Line drives and grounders, and that's why he's been so successful and why he hit .400 in the regular season. But he's going to go 0 for 1 to start his night. Designated hitter tonight. The only lineup change for Kokomo, the only guy who did not play in games 1 or 2, it is Jacob Simons. He enters, takes over for Luke Spillane, as Spillane went 0 for 7 in this series with 2 strikeouts. Opting for a different bat, getting a fresh set of eyes, but Simons was a 194 hitter in the regular season and only 2 hits in his last 4 games of the regular season, and didn't get a hit in his last 2 games against Traverse City. An interesting lineup move, but as a right-handed hitter, he could provide some kind of spark. The count to him is 2 balls, 2 strikes. Gustafson looking for a 1-2-3 to match the 1-2-3 put up by Carsey Walker, and he deals, swung on, and missed. Aaron Gustafson. 2 strikeouts in the game so far, 1 in the first, 1 in the second. He's retired the minimum through 2. On to the 3rd inning in a winner-take-all, Game 3 on Pit Spitter Radio. Welcome back to Pit Spitter Radio, top of the third inning. Pit Spitters lead 1-0 over the Jackrabbits. Scored one in the first. Gave up a hit in the bottom of the first, but got a pick off to get rid of that runner, as Aaron Gustafson has faced the minimum through his first 2 innings. But Carsey Walker, the Kokomo pitcher, bounced back with a 1-2-3 inning in the second, retired the side in order, and will face the bottom 2 and then back to the top. Christian Faust is the leadoff hitter. He watches a slider in there from Walker for strike 1. He's got that pitch working so far. It's the pitch he struck out Michael Steigels on. He's throwing it for strikes. Starts it inside to the right-handers, and it breaks over the plate. That's a pitch that these hitters have to be ready for, as at least the first trip through the lineup, they'll see it, they'll recognize it, and then look for it more in their second at-bats. 0-2 count to Faust. Walker deals, and there's that pitch. Slap to left field, going down the line. Ooh, just a little foul. Would have been extra bases if Faust kept that one fair. Just got the barrel out a little early. But that is that same exact pitch. That indoor slider. Faust jumped on it. And I can't imagine Walker will be throwing that pitch again to Faust this at-bat. All over that ball, and he roped it to left field. Just a little early, a little foul. Still 0-2. And Walker does throw the slider again, but he throws it low this time, and Faust lays off on that one in the dirt. So instead of trying to start the ball out of the strike zone and break it in, he tried to start it in the strike zone and break it out. Didn't work. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The pitch to Faust is a fastball that Faust pops up behind the plate. The catcher, Josh Buckley, trying to make a catch, and he will do so for out number 1. Well, Faust crushed one slider foul and then took one in the dirt, so Walker said, why not throw the fastball? And it worked. He got an out. And here is the only change in the starting lineup for Traverse City from yesterday. 1 through 8, the exact same. The only difference is Logan Heilich is the catcher instead of Adam Proctor. Opting for Heilich because of his bat, as Proctor facing an injury. He's the better defensive catcher. However, he's not able to swing the bat. He can only bunt because of an injury to his wrist. So Heilich can swing the bat, so he will be in there to provide some more offense. And he takes 2 fastballs high. It's 2-0. Heilich did not have a hit in Game 1 on Sunday. He was 0 for 2, but he did have a sacrifice fly to bring in a run. Grounder to third right at Chase Mydroth, and he will throw on target to Dylan Dennis. 2 quick outs, 6 in a row retired now by Carsey Walker. Mayday's single off the glove of Walker was the last base runner to reach. The last 6 have gone down. And now we're back to the top of the order with Mario Camaletti. He worked a 5-pitch walk in his first at-bat to start the ball game. A much better plate appearance than yesterday when he struck out on 3 pitches to start the game. And he would come around to score that first run. Trying to start something here with 2 outs. First pitch swing, and that ball is lifted to the left center field gap and down for a base hit. Extra bases. Camaletti hustling into second base. A 2-out double for Mario. That right there is signature Mario Camaletti. Opposite field to left center on a line. Getting extra bases for Tito Flores, trying to bring him in with 2 outs. Great piece of hitting to extend the inning. Whether it's on a line or hit deep in the air, he had a couple against Kenosha earlier this season. 2 at-bats, the exact same, carbon copies. Deep fly balls to left center field that one hopped over the wall at Turtle Creek Stadium. That one on a line. Vasquez was able to cut it off and not allow a triple, but a base hit can score Mario and double the lead. First pitch, well, there's that indoor slider again from Walker. Starts it inside, and then it breaks right onto the inside corner. Only Faust so far has been on that pitch. It's a pitch he's had a lot of success with so far. 0-1 to Flores. Flew out to center in the first inning. And there's a slider again, swing and a miss. Looks like Walker's thought process here early on. He's working backwards, throwing the breaking balls early in the count, and then using the fastball later in the count, where traditionally you use the fastball and then the breaking ball. He's working hitters backwards, and so far it's working, as he has Flores down 0-2. He gets the sign. Flores is ready for the pitch. And that ball, fastball low, blocked by Buckley. Buckley doing the catching tonight, even though in Game 1 he was 0 for 2, and last night Ben Lavorsi was 2 for 4. You got to play the matchups, and Buckley's a right-handed hitter, Lavorsi's a lefty. So, against the left-handed Aaron Gustafson, the nod goes to Josh Buckley. 1-2 now for Flores, trying to add on to this early lead. The pitch is a good slider, low and away, but Flores recognized it and laid off. That's the same pitch he swung and missed on for strike 2. So he recognized that one and lays off, trying to hunt a fastball, but protecting the plate against any pitch. Count even, the 2-2 from Carsey Walker is outside just a little bit. Carsey Walker was walking off the field. He thought that was strike 3 on the corner. It did look a little bit outside from my view here in the press box. I'm going to take a look at it on the stream, and that pitch was definitely outside. Home plate umpire yesterday, Marv Gomez, was given that pitch, but Max Steiner keeping balls in the strike zone. Payoff pitch to Flores, 3-2 with 2 outs. Walker deals it, and Flores fouls it off, and it's going to get out of play on the right side. Walker didn't even look to see if Steiner made the strike 3 call. He was just anticipating that to be called strike 3. He was halfway off the field before he realized it was called a ball. So it's 3-2, runner on second with 2 outs here in the top of the third. Payoff to Flores. And Tito, a little squibber on the right side. It gets off the glove of Dennis. Safe at first is Flores. Safe at third is Camaletti. That ball produced a lot of spin off the bat. Flores was so far out in front of that pitch that he actually hit it off the end of his bat on the right side. And that created some nasty spin, so when it hit the turf, it kicked to the right of Dennis. He was not able to glove it, and Flores reached safely. Mario almost had a chance to come home on that play, but he's going to hold up at third. So back-to-back hits with 2 outs give the Pittsburghers a great chance to score. Flores takes off running. The throw goes down to second. Flores gets caught in a rundown. Camaletti coming home. The tag, though, is applied before Camaletti touched home. Flores was not able to stay in the rundown long enough, and the run will not count. Down go the Pittsburghers in the third inning. What a play by the Jackrabbits to get out of it. Still 1-0 lead headed to the bottom of the third here on Pittsburgh Radio. Bottom of the third here in Kokomo as the Pit Spitters lead 1-0 over the Jackrabbits. Almost doubled their lead. They came just about as close as you could to scoring a run last inning. They had first and third, 2 outs, so they ran a rundown play where the runner at first takes off, draws the throw from the catcher, but the runner at first is not trying to steal second base. He's trying to get in a rundown and let that runner from third come home. It worked as Camaletti broke for the plate and dove in, but right before Camaletti was able to touch home plate while Flores was in the rundown, he was tagged out about just a split second before Camaletti touched home plate. So instead of them scoring a run, it was just the third out. Had Flores been in that rundown for just a couple more seconds, even one more second, it'd be 2-0. One away in the inning as Josh Buckley, the catcher, grounded out to third. And in here is the only other lefty besides Toru Otsuka and Jacob Marcy, Camden Vasquez. Only 3 left-handers in the lineup as the Jackrabbits go righty heavy. It's a similar story for the Pit Spitters. They have 2 lefties and then have 7 right-handers against the righty. Big swing and a miss by Vasquez. A slider from Goose. He gets the strikeout. That's his third. He keeps his pace of 1 strikeout per inning. And there are 2 away, continuing to face the minimum here tonight. Only 1 base runner. That was the first batter of the game, Jacob Marcy, singled through the left side. After that, he's retired 7 in a row, looking to make it 8. Facing Adam Crampton, the shortstop for the Jackrabbits, swinging. And he's going to put that ball through the left side, a base hit. And Adam Crampton stays hot. He's having himself a fantastic series, just like Jacob Marcy is. Crampton hit .319 in the regular season. That right there is his 3rd hit in 6 at-bats here in the postseason. Down at the bottom of the lineup, he's been hitting 9-hole, and that's why, because he just extended the inning for the top of the order, which is huge when you have guys like Jacob Marcy and Gavin Grain up there. So he's tasked as basically a second leadoff hitter. Get on base for your big hitters at the top. So he's on with 2 outs. Jacob Marcy, the batter, takes ball 1 outside. Marcy, like I said, singled through the left side of the infield, past a diving Faust. Just a line drive on the ground that got through a gap. That strike 1 to Jacob Marcy. Looked like a 2-seamer that stayed on the plate. One the count with Crampton leading from first. Goose deals 1-1, and it's just outside, 2-1. If anything, the first pitch was closer to being a strike than the one that was actually called. Now the count 2-1 to Marcy. He got down 2 strikes before singling in the first. As the hitter's count here shows bunt pulls back, and a breaking ball will find the strike zone to even the count at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Mentioned earlier how Proctor is the better defensive catcher, a cannon of an arm. Stronger arm than Logan Heilich, who's catching now, which could give the Jackrabbits the ability to steal a bag. Crampton not going, line drive, leaping grab by Christian Faust. That ball was headed into left center field for potential extra bases. Instead, right into the glove of Christian Faust. That will end the inning. A 2-out base hit for Adam Crampton will go for naught, as Aaron Gustafson threw 3 scoreless here in a winner-take-all Game 3 on Pit Spitter Radio. top of the fourth inning here in Kokomo, Christian Faust made a fantastic leaping grab to keep Jacob Marcy off base for the second time. Ended a 2-out threat. And here in the fourth, left-handed bat of Evan Mayday is going to lead off against Carsey Walker. He was at the plate last inning when Flores was caught in that rundown trying to get Camaletti to come home. So he leads off here. Singled in the first inning and was left stranded. Actually was thrown out trying to go first to third on an infield ground ball. Takes ball 2 just low. It's 2-1. Mayday hit .308 in the regular season for Traverse City in 10 games. 2 games here in the postseason. He's 2 for 6, hitting .333 with 1 walk. Actually 3 for 7 now after his first inning base hit. 3-1 the count to Mayday, trying to reach base to start the fourth. Little chopper to first. Dylan Dennis will make the play, flipping to the pitcher covering, and there's out number 1. A lot of balls being hit into the ground tonight for Traverse City. Very similar to last night because of that power sinker from Steven Silvis. It broke below the barrels and kept being hit on the ground. So far tonight, same story, a lot of grounders. First pitch to Chris Monroe. The Traverse City Pit Spitters franchise record holder for RBIs in a season. And the Northwoods League regular season RBI leader is the reason it's 1-0. He had an RBI in the first inning. Looking at a 2-0 pitch here from Walker. Big swing and a miss on 2-0, a pitch that broke below the zone. Still a hitter's count, though, 2-1. And Walker deals. Monroe shoots that one on the right side. It's going to get down in the outfield for a 1-out single. It's already here. Hit number 4 for Traverse City. They had 4 hits in the entire game last night, so a much better offensive performance so far. Only 1 run, though. They're looking to change that here with that hit. Get the big man on base. Make him 1 for 2 tonight. Brings in Trey Younger, the left fielder. That Monroe hit the opposite way looked just like a lot of Trey Younger's hits, as he loves going to right field as a right-handed hitter. All he does in batting practice is work on going the opposite way, something that is a little unorthodox these days in baseball. A lot of guys just pull the ball, but Younger shoots it the other way, catches defenses off guard as they usually play more towards second base. The second baseman does. They play a little shift, and that creates a hole on the right side. And Younger uses it to his advantage. 1-0 the count with Monroe leading from first base. Walker deals in, and Younger takes ball 2 high. So a hitter's count for Younger, back-to-back hitters that go 2-0 in the count. And that pitch inside as well. It's 3-0 to Trey Younger. That pitch finds the zone to Younger, makes it 3 balls, 1 strike. Still in a hitter's count, looking for a strike. Gets one and fouls it off. Just got a piece of it, was out in front of that pitch. And from 3-0, Carsey Walker battles back in the count to make it 3-2. The count is full to Trey Younger. With Chris Monroe on first after his one-out single. Zeb Ruse in the on-deck circle. Full count pitch. Monroe takes off running. Younger takes ball 4 low. That's a strategy that a lot of teams deploy. In a full count with 2 outs, of course you're running off on the pitch. But a lot of teams will do the same thing in a full count with less than 2 outs so you don't hit into a double play. Because the one thing you don't want to do is, especially with 1 out, is the best time to do it because you don't want to hit a ground ball that the defense turns 2 on and the inning's over. So stealing second, 3-2, 1 out is something a lot of teams do. The walk to Younger pushes Monroe to second. First and second, 1 out for Zeb Ruse, the center fielder. Zeb is 0 for 1. He grounded out in his first at-bat. 2 for 8 in the playoffs. A hit yesterday, a hit on Sunday. He doubled on Sunday. That ball is smoked to left center field. That ball is going to get down in the gap. Monroe's going to score easily. Trey Younger's getting the wave. Here he comes. Cut off. The throw to home is on time to get Trey Younger. What a relay. That relay by the shortstop, Adam Crampton, on the money to the catcher, Josh Buckley. Only 1 run scores, but it's a big run. Little extra bit of insurance. It's 2-0 now, Traverse City. That is a big play by Crampton. And one thing about Josh Rebant, the third base coach and the manager, he loves to be aggressive, but sometimes maybe a little over-aggressive. Now Zeb's taking third. Pitch called a strike, and Zeb is in there safely. And what I mean when I say sometimes a little over-aggressive is if he holds Trey Younger at third there, then with only 1 out, Michael Steigel is at the plate. He would only need a ground ball or a deep enough fly ball to score him. Instead, with 2 outs, he's going to need a base hit. But also, you need a perfect relay to get Younger, and the Jackrabbits did just that. So sometimes you take that gamble because if only one thing goes wrong in the relay process, Younger's safe at home. 0-2 the count to Steigels. He struck out looking in his first at-bat. Just able to foul one off, lunging across the zone on a slider down and away. Fouls it off to stay alive. Also, Younger had to wait to make sure that ball dropped. If he runs right when it's hit, easily he scores. Another 0-2. The pitch to Steigels is a fastball high, taking ball 1. One, two. Steigels' little pop-up on the right side of the infield should end the inning. Gavin Grant, the second baseman, will come over and make the catch. And the inning is over. The Pit Spitters, with 2 more hits in the inning, they score 1 run. Almost had 2 runs. A beautiful relay, though, cut that second runner down. But that insurance run could be huge the rest of the way. Headed to the bottom of the 4th here on Pit Spitter Radio. Bottom of the fourth here in Kokomo, Indiana. The Pittsburghers get a big insurance run, as the way that the first 3 innings went, it looks like this could be another low-scoring affair, as last night was 3-0 in favor of Kokomo. Right now it is 2-0 in favor of Traverse City. But that second run could be huge the rest of the way, because even if Kokomo scratches across a run, now the Pittsburghers will stay in the lead. 1 pitch, 1 out to Gavin Grant, the second baseman from Oregon, who continues to struggle here in the series, still hitless here in the postseason. Flew 1 out to Evan Mayday in right. Chase Mydroth, now the batter. He's 0 for 1 with 1 strikeout. 1 of 3 strikeouts that Gustafson has picked up so far tonight, as he continues to roll on the mound. Has 1 strikeout each inning, 1 in the first, second, and third. 2-0 the count now to Mydroth. And Goose misses high, so it's 3-0. Mydroth will be followed by Dylan Dennis, who's 0 for 1, and Tora Otsuka, who's 0 for 1. Only 2 hits so far through 3 1/3. His 3-0 pitch, see if he just coasts in a fastball. He hits the outside corner with the strike. Mydroth was about to toss his bat and walk down to first, but he has to stay put for a 3-1. And his 3-1 is hit well to right field, going back, Mayday, and he will get into the gap to make a running catch in time for out number 2. He's been a part of both outs now, catching balls on the fly. The first one from Gavin Grant, a little easier. He didn't have to run too far. So those 2 quick outs will bring in the first baseman, Dylan Dennis. He was 0 for 1 tonight. He was 0 for 3 in last night's game and was 0 for 4 on Sunday. So he continues to struggle. He's hitless in the series. One of a couple guys without hits so far for the Jackrabbits. Swings and misses at strike 1 from Goose. Just rolling so far. Rolling along. 1-1 the count. His pitch count's still pretty low. Trying to get out of this 4th inning without any damage. Dennis up the middle. Foul sliding play. Throw to first. Dug out by Chris Monroe. A fantastic play on both sides of the baseball. Another gets Aaron Gustafson a 1-2-3 inning. We're through 4. Pittsburghers lead 2-0, trying to clinch the Great Lakes East postseason title here on Pittsburgh Radio. Top of the 5th here in Kokomo. The Pittsburghers leading 2-0 thanks to some fantastic pitching by Aaron Gustafson and some even better defense by Traverse City. A long hop to Chase Mydroth. He makes a great play on Christian Faust. Now, Faust is on the wrong end of a great defensive play for out number 1. That was a high hop that Mydroth had to run really far in to get and made the play. One pitch, one out. Brings in Logan Heilich, the catcher. And almost reached base as Mydroth had to come in on another hopper, threw across his body. Dennis wasn't able to scoop it. However, the ball was foul. So Heilich has to come back and do it again. That was almost 2 pitches, 2 outs, swinging at that one. Heilich digs back in. He's 0 for 1 with a ground out to third. Swings through the high fastball from Carsey Walker, goes down 0-2. Walker trying to bounce back once again after allowing a runner to score last inning, and he will with a strikeout to Heilich. 2 away. The same thing that happened in the 3rd inning when Faust and Heilich led off the inning. They both went down. But then the top of the order started to get something going. Camaletti doubled. Flores singled. They almost brought in Camaletti in a rundown play. That play and then the relay last inning that cut down Trey Younger at the plate. 2 of the biggest plays so far here, as the lead would be even bigger had the defense for Kokomo not played those situations perfectly. So once again, Mario will try to kick off a 2-out rally here against Carsey Walker. He's 1 for 1 with a double and a walk. A little late on an inside pitch, and he just flares it off the left side foul. Mario last night was 1 for 4. He was 1 for 5 on Sunday, but that one hit on Sunday was a 2-run homer. That is a perfect pitch from Carsey Walker. Slider that starts outside to Camaletti and breaks right onto the outside corner. Little backdoor breaking ball as he gets ahead in the count, 1-2, to a really good hitter at the top of the lineup. His 1-2 he deals, and Camaletti shoots that one foul off the left side out of play. It takes a really good pitch to strike out Camaletti, as he has one of the best approaches at the plate. In 2 strikes, he has one of the best eyes you'll ever see. And Walker thought he had another backdoor slider. It was close. That one was either a little more outside or a little low. Might have been a little low, not 100% sure. Mario took it. It's 2-2. And on 2-2, Walker misses high. So the count goes full to Camaletti, his favorite count to hitting, because he knows he's either going to walk or he's going to get a pitch to hit. Payoff from Walker. And there's that backdoor slider. Walker spotted it perfectly and gets out of the inning 1-2-3. But the Pit Spitters still lead this game 2-0 halfway through 9 here on Pit Spitter Radio. Welcome back to Kokomo Municipal Stadium. 2-0 is the lead for the Traverse City Pit Spitters over the Kokomo Jackrabbits. 1 run in the first, 1 run in the fourth. And right now, 2 runs is all that they've needed as Aaron Gustafson, the left-hander from Olivet Nazarene, has been shoving on the mound. Only 2 hits allowed in 4 innings. Those are the only 2 base runners allowed. As he deals a first pitch strike, breaking ball into Tora Otsuka. He's 0 for 1, lined out sharply to the shortstop, Christian Faust, in his first at-bat. 0-1. Otsuka, he rips that one to right center field and down. That could go up for extra bases. Zeb cuts it off. His throw to second is not going to be in time. It's a lead-off double for Tora Otsuka. Zeb had a great chance to throw out Otsuka as he picked up the ball and was ready to throw it. Basically, when Otsuka touched first, but it looked like he slipped out in center field on the turf and wasn't able to make a strong enough throw to cut down the runner. So just like that, the Jackrabbits in scoring position with no one away to start the inning. Could be a bunt situation, so the corner infielders creep in against Jacob Simons, the DH. He struck out in his first at-bat. Not showing bunt here. Takes strike 1 from Goose. 4th inning, the only inning that Gustafson did not pick up a strikeout. He had 1 in the previous 3. One of those to Jacob Simons, struck him out in the 2nd. First game of the postseason for Simons. 0-1. Breaking ball in the zone for strike 2. So now the infielders can get into their normal spot as Simons will not be bunting. He has to swing away now with 2 strikes. Surprised the Jackrabbits didn't try to play some small ball and put down a bunt, especially with a guy who hit under 200 in the regular season. But they're going to let him swing the bat. And on 0-2, Goose deals. And Simons, who just got a piece to stay alive. Little foul tip. Good pitch from Gustafson, trying to retire Simons for the 2nd time on strikes. But not going away easily. Simons was 194 in the regular season from California. A lot of West Coast kids on this Jackrabbit team. Another 0-2 comes inside. A good pitch by Gustafson trying to get a backdoor slider. The count to 1-2. Goose still way in control of this at-bat. Looking for a big out after the leadoff double. Deals into Simons, who swings and misses, and Heilich lost the ball. It got away from Heilich. Otsuka goes down to 3rd. Simons is going to get to first base on the drop 3rd strike. Despite the K by Gustafson, Simons reaches, so he struck out twice now tonight, but gets on base. And now we'll see if the Jackrabbits try to play the steal game here. Try to send the runner at first, draw a throw, and then come home. Heilich tried to pick the ball. He thought he did, and he did tag Simons, but the ball went behind him. It didn't stay in his glove. So instead of being runner on 3rd, 1 out, runners on the corners with nobody out for Josh Buckley, who grounded out in his first at-bat, takes ball 1 just outside. Now this is a huge spot in the inning, huge spot in the ball game. So some good hitters due up here in the inning. Goose deals. There's strike 1 to the catcher, Buckley. Hitless in the postseason so far. He was 0 for 2 on Sunday, but he did walk twice. He's 0 for 1 tonight. Didn't play yesterday as Ben Lavorsi did the catching. 1-1 here. Runner stays put at first. Breaking ball misses high. 2-1 to Buckley. Buckley was the worst hitting catcher. 169 in the regular season compared to 191 for Lavorsi. But he's in for the matchup. 2-1. And that's a good pitch, but just outside from Goose. Thought he had that backdoor pitch. Just off the plate. So the count is 3-1. His 3-1 pitch is hit through the left side. A single from Buckley, and the Jackrabbits are on the scoreboard. Otsuka comes home on the RBI single from Josh Buckley. And down to second base goes Simons, who reached on that drop third strike. And that right now is looming large because he's in scoring position with nobody out. So that insurance run that Traverse City picked up in the fourth is looking really big right now, as Camden Vasquez may be tasked with bunting, and I can't imagine a scenario where he doesn't bunt with Adam Crampton in the on-deck circle. A much superior hitter is Crampton. Vasquez does show bunt, and Goose throws him a curveball. A good idea, as it's much harder to bunt a breaking ball than a fastball. Two things pitchers like to do if they know a bunt's coming: throw a breaking ball or throw a high fastball, because you have to get your bat above the zone on a high fastball to bunt it down. Looking for the bunt again, and Vasquez fouls it off, so Goose may have caught a break there, as the count is 0-2, and he struck out Camden Vasquez in the second inning, or the third inning, his first at-bat. Struck him out swinging on a breaking ball away. No reason he shouldn't throw that same pitch. Start it in the zone and work it out of the zone. 0-2. Deals. And Vasquez goes down swinging. A humongous out number one. He avoids the bunt, which would have put that tying run on third. Keeps the runner at second and first, one out. But some really good hitters due up here in the lineup with Adam Crampton, who's 1 for 1. He's having himself a fantastic series so far. Just continues to get hits against Traverse City. And then the top of the order is on deck. Rocky Mariello, the Traverse City pitching coach, is out to the mound to have a quick talk with Goose. Would be 2 outs in the inning, and there would be just a runner on first, but there's only 1 out and 2 runners on after the drop third strike that Heilig wasn't able to make a play on. He missed the ball, didn't block it and keep it in front. Goose does have 4 strikeouts. He's allowed 4 base hits now, one of them to Crampton, the hitter at the plate. A hit here could tie this game at 2. This is a big at-bat in this game. This could be one that we look back on as a turning point for either team, depending on how this at-bat ends for Crampton. First pitch to him after the mound visit is a breaking ball taken for a ball just a little outside. It only took 1 pitch for Crampton to single in his last at-bat through the left side. He had an opposite field hit last night, so it doesn't matter where the ball is in the zone. He can hit it to either field. Lifts one to left here. That ball's going to drop in for a hit, and the Kokomo Jackrabbits are going to tie the game as Jacob Simons, who struck out, is going to come home to score. And again, you just can't keep this guy off base, Adam Crampton. He does it once again. Another hit for Kokomo. Ties the game at 2. And now with 2 runners on, top of the lineup is up. And the Jackrabbits have an opportunity to take a lead. Jacob Marcy's 1 for 2 with a single in the first. Almost had extra bases in the third on a line drive caught by Fawcett short. Marcy bunts down the third base line. They're going to let it roll. It's going to go foul. Not a bad play at all. If that ball's fair, there's no chance that he gets thrown out. That would have loaded the bases here with one away. Instead, it kicks foul, so Marcy has to come back. That drop third strike looking really big right now. It's the difference so far in the inning. As Simons scored on the single from Crampton. So the situation would be first and second with 2 outs in a 2-1 game, but instead it's 2-2 with first and second and only 1 out. Marcy tried to check his swing, inadvertently makes contact and fouls it off the left side. So Gustafson is ahead 0-2. Is in the driver's seat in this at-bat. In a lefty-lefty matchup against a really good hitter. Has a chance for a big second out. Goose is set. And deals a curveball down the line. It's off the first base bag into right field. Jackrabbits are going to take the lead. Throw goes to second. And safe is Marcy. It's an RBI double for Jacob Marcy. The Jackrabbits take the lead, and runners go to third and second with only 1 out. A big inning for Kokomo, and I think that's going to do it for Aaron Gustafson, and it is. Josh Rebant is out of the dugout to make a pitching change. Here comes Pat Holfeld, a Northwoods League veteran, to take over in a big spot. We'll be back on Pittsburgh Radio. Back in the bottom of the 5th inning, as the Jackrabbits have scored 3 runs, have taken the lead 3-2, and are threatening for more with runners on third and second. Only 1 out. The infield is drawn in against Gavin Grant to throw out Adam Crampton on a ground ball. Another big hit by Jacob Marcy as he doubles home a run. that went off of first base. I think Chris Monroe, if that ball doesn't hit first, I'm almost certain Chris Monroe makes a play. But Marcy lucked out that it hit the bag and went into right field. Grant tonight 0 for 2 with a ground out and a fly out. And fouls one off of himself here to make it 1-1. A fly out right now wouldn't be the worst thing for Grant, as it could bring home a run. He had a sac fly last night. And so far, 3 plays have turned the tides in this game. It was the rundown in the 3rd inning where Camaletti didn't score. And it was the relay by Kokomo in the 4th that cut down a second runner. And then, of course, the drop 3rd strike to Jacob Simons. Grounder up the middle. That's going to get through for a hit. 1 run will score. Jacob Marcy will stop at 3rd, but the throw goes home, and Gavin Grant takes 2nd. No one was there to cut off the throw home, so it went all the way through, which moves Gavin Grant to 2nd base. So the Jackrabbits keep runners at 3rd and 2nd. Was still 1 out for Chase Mydroth. Mydroth 0 for 2. Infield comes in again. First pitch low. Already 4 runs across, but with runners on 3rd and 2nd, it almost looks like at least 1 more run will be coming across. 1-0's inside as well. So 2 balls, no strikes. Holfeld in the game, relieving Goose. And if the Pitt Spitters want to continue their season, they'll have to play from behind. And actually, they're going to intentionally walk Chase Mydroth to load the bases. Not a bad strategy to try to get a double play to end the inning. And Dylan Dennis, not really fleet of foot. So a ground ball does have a good shot at ending the 5th inning. Dennis is 0 for 2 with 2 ground outs to short. Looking for a 3rd ground out here. Fouls one off the right side out of play. Another ground ball to Faust at short, and the Pitt Spitters are out of the inning. Drop 3rd strike to Simons really is what sparked this huge inning for Kokomo. If that goes a different way, who knows what could happen. It's on to short. Faust to Camaletti to Monroe, and they do get the 6-4-3 double play. But the Jackrabbits, they bat through the lineup. They send 9 hitters to the plate. They score 4 runs, and they take a 4-2 lead. From up 2 to down 2, the Pitt Spitters' season now relies in the hands of their offense to come back in this game. To the top of the 6 we go on Pitt Spitter Radio. Welcome back to Pit Spitter Radio. We've played 5, and the Jackrabbits, scoreless through 4. They break out for 4 runs in the 5th. Only 3 of those runs are earned to Aaron Gustafson. The only one that is not earned was the drop third strike on Jacob Simons. So now the Pit Spitters will be playing from behind for back-to-back days with their season on the line. They have 4 trips to the plate to make the comeback. They scored 1 run in the 1st, 1 run in the 4th. They've left only 2 runners on base here in the game. But one of those was Camaletti in the 3rd as he tried to score when Flores was in a rundown, and then a runner was cut down at the home plate in the 4th inning. That was Trey Younger trying to come home on the ball in the gap. Both of those runs that were left off the board, the difference right now, as you give that run to Camaletti and then Younger, it's 4-4. Flores, little flare, shallow center. It's going to drop in for a hit. And the Pit Spitters get started here in the 6th. Trying to build a comeback. This is the spot in the lineup that they're going to need one. 2, 3, 4, and then 5. Evan Mayday, the batter, followed by Chris Monroe. Big hitters in the lineup. Mayday's 1 for 2. Tries to drag bunt. It's down the first baseline. It's going to kick foul. Luckily for the Jackrabbits, as he would have easily beaten out that bunt. Not a bad strategy. Something that the Pit Spitters don't usually employ. They've not attempted to bunt for hits really this season. But there's been plenty of teams that have done it against them. So Mayday tried to do it there to get the tying run on base. Bunts it foul, so he's back in the box. 0-1, and Carsey Walker picks over to Flores. Walker so far in the game has allowed 6 hits, only 2 runs, and has walked 2 batters. His pitch count starting to get elevated. Starting to near 80 pitches. He's at 78 through 5. But the Pit Spitters they've been hitting him. It's just been spotty. They need to put together a good inning here. Mayday rips that one to left. That ball's down for a hit. And this could be the start of a big inning for Traverse City. Runners on 1st and 2nd. Nobody out. For now, the middle of their lineup, Monroe, Younger, and Ruse. Monroe is 1 for 2 with an RBI ground out in the 1st. He singled in the 4th. Younger in the on-deck circle is 0 for 1. Did work a walk. And then Zeb in the hole is 1 for 2 with an RBI double. So 3 good hitters due up. A chance now for the Pit Spitters to have themselves an inning. Monroe ready for the first pitch. Walker fires and Monroe fouls it off. Monroe with 2 RBIs in the postseason. Had an RBI double on Sunday. And then that RBI ground out today in the 1st. And this would be a big spot for an extra base hit. He has a lot of room in the outfield to work with. 0-1. Well, first little pick. Or a leg lift by Walker, and then he turns towards second. Monroe with 7 home runs in the regular season, a Pit Spitters franchise record. One of those came here back in June. And there's that slider from Walker. He continues to throw it, and Traverse City continues to take it for a strike. That pitch that starts off the plate and breaks in Only one batter was on that pitch. It was Christian Faust. He yanked it about 300 feet, but foul. Now down 0-2. Monroe protecting and gets just a piece of a fastball to stay alive. A Great Lakes All-Star in the regular season, a postseason All-Star selection. That is a list compiled of all the players in the league, voted on by the coaches and the media. Trying to come through here. 0-2, and they have Flores picked off. And Flores is going to be tagged out at third. And to make matters worse, Mayday didn't take second base, so he's still at first base. A humongous mistake there by Flores, getting picked off. He tried to time Walker's delivery and left early. Walker did the leg lift and turned towards second, so there's one out now. Monroe on the left side, that's through for a hit. And instead of potentially having the bases loaded or maybe even scoring a run on that base hit, he's just going to get down to first. Mayday's going to get down to second. 3 consecutive singles, but 1 out. The hitter now, Trey Younger, the left fielder. He's 0 for 1. Grounded out to the third baseman, Chase Mydroth, back in the second. And he worked himself a walk in the fourth. Looking for 4 consecutive hits here in the inning. And a hit should score Mayday from second. First pitch to him. Takes for strike 1. Fastball on the inside corner. Big mistake by Flores with a terrific hitter like Monroe at the plate. And he runs himself into an out. At the very least, the bases will be loaded right now after Monroe's single. Oh, 1 pitch from Carsey Walker to Trey Younger, fires it in, and it's up and in. Younger backs away, takes ball 1. Zeb Ruse in the on-deck circle is 1 for 2. He doubled home. Chris Monroe back in the fourth. And Trey Younger was thrown out trying to score on that play. One. The pitch is up and in again for ball 2. So Younger finds himself in a hitter's count at 2 balls and 1 strike. Another long inning for Carsey Walker. He's thrown 14 pitches here in the 6th. He's at 86 total pitches for the game. Hitter's count to Younger. Walker steps off, looks back. Evan Mayday at second. Ready now for the 2-1. He's back on the mound. Deals. Younger up the middle. Grant fields. He'll step on second, on to first. And that's a double play to end the inning. The Pitt Spitters get 3 consecutive hits, but don't score. And they're still down 2 as this game goes to the bottom of the 6th inning on Pitt Spitter Radio. Welcome back to Kokomo, Indiana, bottom of the 6th inning here. A potential huge inning for Traverse City goes to waste as they get 3 hits to start the inning. They don't score as Tito Flores was picked off trying to time Carsey Walker's delivery, tried to steal third, and Walker picked him off. And then Younger bounced into a double play that ended the inning. So still 4-2 Kokomo here in the bottom of the 6th as Tora Otsuka hits one hard to first. Monroe fields, flip to Holfeld is just barely in time to beat Otsuka. A little bobble by Monroe almost was the difference between out and safe there, but he's gathered in time to flip and get the out. For Kokomo, Carsey Walker is on the doorstep of 90 pitches. He's thrown 87. He's allowed 8 hits, but just 2 runs to Traverse City. And there's no pitcher throwing in the bullpen, so he likely will come out for the 7th. And that is going to be the biggest chance for Traverse City. Might be their last good opportunity to score, as once this game goes to the bullpen, could put their season in jeopardy, as the bullpen for Kokomo is really good. Fastball up and in on Jacob Simons, who's 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts, but he reached on a drop third strike his last at-bat and came around to score. If Simons didn't reach on that drop third, then that whole last inning could have gone a lot differently, as momentum was with Kokomo after that happened, because there was runners on first and third with no outs. But 2 batters later, after an RBI single, they had a strikeout. So there were 2 outs with only one, would have been 2 outs with only 1 run in. Instead, there was only 1 out, and that produced 3 consecutive hits and 4 consecutive base runners. The man that delivered that RBI hit is at the plate now, Josh Buckley. Got his team on the board in the 5th with an RBI single through the left side of the infield. Now the count 0-2, a pair of strikes issued from Pat Holfeld, who just walked Jacob Simons. 0 for 2 with the walk, pair of strikeouts for Simons now. Buckley's 1 for 2. Simons takes off, and Buckley foul tips that one into the mask of Logan Heilich. So Simons will go back to first. Winner of this game will host the Great Lakes finals tomorrow, because the Madison Mallards won the Great Lakes West, and they have a worse record than both these teams, so they will be playing on the road. They're just waiting to see if it'll be here in Kokomo or up in Traverse City. 0-2, runner goes again. Buckley, a little flare to right center field. Catch is going to be made out there by Evan Mayday. Almost had a collision between Mayday and Zeb in center. And I think Zeb should have made that catch, because his momentum was taking him towards first base. And Simons took a long time to retreat to first. He was about a step or 2 off of second base when the ball was caught. If Zeb makes that catch, he keeps his momentum going and has a great opportunity to throw Simons out at first. But there is still an out made. Vasquez, the hitter, lines one right to Camaletti at second base. That will end the inning. So only 1 base runner on a walk. No runs. So we're through 6. There are 3 innings now left for Traverse City, 7th, 8th, and 9th, where their season will come to a close here in Kokomo. Back for the top of the 7th on Pittsburgh Radio. Top of the 7th inning here in Kokomo. Pitt Spitters trail 4-2. Down to their last 9 outs in the ball game, potentially in the season. Zeb Ruse is the leadoff hitter. The center fielder is 1 for 2 with an RBI double. His last at-bat, that down the line, and a foul ball just barely off the left side. Almost back-to-back extra base hits. But the umpire crew right on it, and that's the reason they have more umpires to cover those foul lines, as that ball landed just in front of Manny Flatus, the left field umpire. And Zeb was really a millimeter away from a double. So it's 0-1 now. There's that indoor slider from Walker just inside, though. Almost caught the corner. Would have been strike 2. Grounded out in the 2nd inning, did Zeb, after a ground out from Younger that started the inning. And then with 2 on base in the 4th, he doubled home 1. Trying to get this inning started. Trying to get on base. Trying to get to Carsey Walker. 3-1 the count. Zeb putting together a good at-bat. That first pitch that he ripped foul got Carsey Walker thinking now as he throws 3 consecutive balls, trying to work corners. He could walk Zeb to start the inning. 3-1. That ball, I think, hit third base. Mydroth, though, stuck with it. Throw to first is dug out by Dennis, and that is out number 1. I think that ball hit third base, but I think it hit the very top of the bag, so it just bounced. It continued to bounce to Mydroth, not like Marcy's that hit the bag and just shot up into the air. And the throw was picked by the first baseman, Dylan Dennis. So 1 away for Michael Steigels. He's 0 for 2 tonight with a strikeout, looking, and a pop out on the infield to the second baseman, Gavin Grant. 1-0 from Walker. Deals. Steigels lifts one to left. Left fielder Tora Otsuka is going to come in and make a catch. Steigels is going to go 0 for 3. And Carsey Walker gets the first 2 of the inning. Christian Faust into the batter's box now. And there's that inside slider from Walker that Faust fouls off the left side. So he is picking up that pitch and is the only batter tonight for Traverse City that has swung on that inside slider. And then he fouls off a fastball, so he's down 0-2. Walker, with just 3 strikeouts, has given up 8 hits and 2 walks. Only 2 runs, though, as he has the lead. His 0-2 to Faust. Fastball to third. Mydroth fields. And his throw is in time, but Dennis came off of first. And Justin Duplessis made the call, saying he kept his foot on the bag. And that will end the inning. A bad call ends the inning. Actually, the umpiring crew is going to get together. They might talk about this. So don't go anywhere yet. The Jackrabbits are already off the field. They might have to come back on the field depending on the call here. As Dennis extended to his right, I thought his foot came off of first base. We'll see what the crew decides as they're talking it out. There are 2 umpires that could have seen the play. The second base umpire and the home plate umpire. And not sure what the call being made is. And they call him safe at first. So they do say that Dennis came off the bag. So now the Jackrabbit defense has to come back onto the field. The defense was already off the field. The leadoff hitter, Adam Crampton, was getting his bat and helmet ready to hit. But that is going to be, I believe, it would be ruled an error on Chase Mydroth at third, and it is. So the inning continues for Logan Heilich, the catcher. Well, we'll see if that call makes a difference or if it's going to be the same results, and Jackrabbits will get out of the inning just one batter later. See if the Pittsburghers can make him pay here with 2 outs. First pitch to Heilich is high for ball 1. That also makes it so Walker may not be able to pitch in the 8th, as he's at 98 pitches. If he hits 100, he can't start a new inning. He may have been able to pitch in the 8th inning. Likely wouldn't have, but there was that possibility. 1-0 to Heilich. And that pitch is low and outside, ball 2. So officially, Carsey Walker's night will be done after 7 innings. Just depends, will he get out of 7s with a 2-run lead, or can the Pittsburghers bring home a 2-out base runner? Heilich takes the whole way on 2-0, takes a strike down the middle, makes it 2-1. Still a hitter's count. He's in the driver's seat here. Looking for a ball in the gap that would score Faust. 2-1. Runner takes off. That pitch gets away from the catcher Buckley. Faust is into second on the stolen base. He would have had that regardless of the wild pitch. So now in a 3-1 count, Heilich has the chance to knock in Faust with a base hit, but he could also walk, which would bring in the top of the order at Mario Camaletti. So this is a big pitch here. The 3-1 to Logan Heilich is high, and Heilich will walk down to first. We'll see how Kokomo decides to play this. They have an arm getting ready in the bullpen. Camaletti in the game is 1 for 2 with a double, a strikeout, and a walk. One of the best hitters on the team. The question is, does Kokomo want to leave in Carsey Walker to face Camaletti for the 4th time, or will he make a change? These are the spots that Camaletti usually shows up in. He's been clutch this season in huge spots. Hit the 2-run home run on Sunday. In the last regular season home game against Kalamazoo, he doubled with 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th. That gave his team a 5-3 lead. They would win by that score. So his clutch double ended the regular season at home on a high note. And then in the regular season finale against Battle Creek, with 2 outs in the top of the 9th, down 1 run, Camaletti had the game-tying single. So he has had his moments this year. With 2 on and 2 outs in the top of the 7th, down by 2. Does he have one more clutch at-bat left in him? Base hit would get a run home. Extra bases would tie the game. Carsey Walker, with his 103rd pitch of the night, deals to Mario, who rips that ball to left center field. That's going to get to the wall. It hops off the wall. Scoring is Faust. Here comes Logan Heilich, and the Traverse City Pittsburghers have tied the game at 4. Mario Camaletti comes through once again. unbelievable turn of events here in the 7th. Traverse City, after what looked like an inning-ending play at first, the umpires got together. They ruled that Dennis was off first base, so the inning continued with 2 outs. Then Logan Heilich walked, and Mario Camaletti doubles home a pair, and we're tied at 4. Now Flores hits one to deep left field, going back at the track, at the wall. That ball is out of here. Tito Flores, a 2-run home run. His first home run this season. The Pit Spitters, with 2 outs, score 4 straight runs, and they are back on top 6-4. And that is going to do it for Carsey Walker. Unbelievable comeback for Traverse City here in the inning. That new pitcher will send us to a much-needed break. And we'll be back with Evan Mayday taking on the new pitcher here in a minute on Pit Spitter Radio. Welcome back to the top of the 7th inning, and what a top of the 7th it has been for the Pit Spitters. An unbelievable turn of events that led the Pit Spitters from down 2 to up 2 in the blink of an eye. Originally, Zeb grounded out. Steigels flew out. With 2 outs, Christian Faust grounded one to third. The throw was wide of first. Dylan Dennis reached off the bag to make the play. The call was out. The Kokomo Jackrabbits were off the field And then they had to come back as the umpires overturned the call and ruled foul safe. That led to a walk to Heilich, a game-tying double by Mario Camaletti, and a go-ahead 2-run home run by Tito Flores. What an inning for Traverse City. The flyout from Evan Mayday sends this game to the 7th inning stretch on to the bottom of the 7th with a lead 6-4 on Pit Spitter Radio. Welcome back. Bottom of the 7th inning. Just like the Kokomo Jackrabbits in the 5th, the Pit Spitters put up 4 runs in the 7th, and they have retaken the lead. What an inning that was for Traverse City. Back on top on the mound still, Pat Holfeld facing Adam Crampton to start, and this is where the problem started for the Pit Spitters in the 5th. Crampton led off the inning with a single, and after came around to score. That was the first of 5 hits in the 5th inning as the Jackrabbits took the lead. But as soon as the Jackrabbits took the lead, the Pit Spitters took it right back. 0-2 count to Crampton here. Takes one outside. He's 2 for 2, has not been retired tonight. Holfeld trying to retire him here. Top of the order on deck. Crampton right side. A dive, and Mario cannot get the ball. Crampton is 3 for 3. He continues his hot night. That brings in Jacob Marcy, who's also having a great night. 2 for 3, a single and an RBI double. First pitch to Marcy is taken high for ball 1. Marcy had that RBI double in the 5th. He singled in the 1st. He represents right now the tying run. And he rolls one foul off the right side. And calling for, I think, some pine tar. Get some better grip on the bat, it looks like. And is getting some more pine tar on the bat, so he's going to go get that. Comes back. 1-1 to Marcy is dealt. First strike 2 right across the knees. Also need to note, Logan Heilig's night comes to a close. Adam Proctor has entered to do the catching. Might as well get some defense in there. 1-2 inside to Marcy, blocked by Proctor. That's why he has come into the game. With the lead, all that matters now is holding that, so do what you can to hold on to it. And right now it's looking like Proctor is that defense. He has a cannon of an arm if someone steals. 2-2. Holfeld fires. Marcy to first. Fielded by Monroe. Steps on the bag for 1. On to second. That is a double play. Unbelievable turn by the Pit Spitters. Ground ball to Monroe. He fields it. Steps on first for 1 out. He throws the ball to second. The tag is applied to Adam Crampton for the 2nd out. And now Marcy arguing that ball was foul. I don't think you can overturn fair or foul. Maybe the umpires are going to have a talk, but as it currently stands, that's a double play. Well, Duplessis and Steiner, the first base and home plate umpires, they're going to talk about it. This could be another huge overturn. No, the call will stand. Double play, Traverse City. That right there could be one of the biggest plays of the night. It's only a double play, but considering it was with Jacob Marcy at the plate, and it takes away the go-ahead or the tying run and the leadoff single, that is a huge play. First pitch to Gavin Grant is taking ball 1. Grant is 1 for 3 at an RBI single in the 5th. Grant, fly ball left field. That should end the inning. Trey Younger getting under it. He'll make the catch. And the inning is over. Leadoff hit. Turns into a double play. Turns into a 1-2-3 inning. On to the top of the 8th. Now 2 innings remain in this ball game. Pit Spitters on top by 2, 6-4. Headed to the 8th inning on Pit Spitter Radio. Welcome back here, top of the 8th inning. And didn't even mention that new pitcher for Kokomo that entered in the 7th was too focused on the insanity that happened with the 4-run inning all with 2 outs. Hunter Treese is the new pitcher, and he gets ahead of Chris Monroe 0-2. Treese has past pitched against Traverse City a couple times this season. Most recently, he pitched on Sunday, pitched 1 scoreless inning. And Chris Monroe will go down on 3 pitches. His first strikeout tonight for Monroe and for Treese, his first on the mound. There's 1 away. First pitch swinging is Trey Younger, and he fouls it off. Younger on the night is 0 for 2 with the ground out. Hit into a double play his last time up. Does have 1 walk. And now, speaking of 0-2, that is the count. And Younger staying alive. Fouls another one out of play. Oh, 0-2 pitch here from Treese deals, and Younger goes down swinging. So Monroe went down looking at strike 3. Younger swings through strike 3. Brings in Zeb Ruse, who doubled home a run back in the 4th, grounded out in the 7th. He led off that big 7th inning for the Pittsburghers with a ground out to 3rd, right after he almost doubled for the 2nd time tonight, just shy of the left field line. 0-1 to Zeb. Breaking ball hit to 3rd, just foul down the 3rd base line. Snagged by Mydroth. Zeb likely would have been thrown out. And I don't see action in the Traverse City bullpen, so Pat Holfeld, there's a good chance he continues to pitch into the 8th to set up John Bucheller in the 9th. Here's the 0-2 to Zeb. Tree steals and fouled off is Zeb. He stays alive, just getting a piece of a pitch in the zone. Carsey Walker thought he was leaving this game with the lead. He thought he had a 1-2-3 7th inning, but I think the right call was made. It looked, at least from up here, that Dennis pulled his foot from first on the ground ball from Faust. First base coach Jeff Chonko noticed right away. Josh Rebant from 3rd noticed right away, and the umpires changed the call to safe, which allowed that big inning to transpire. Treese is going to strike out the side, though. He gets Zeb looking at an inside fastball, and the Pittsburghers down in order, but they still lead the game 6-4, headed to the bottom of the 8th, getting into crunch time in Kokomo. And we'll be back for that bottom of the 8th inning here on Pittsburgh Radio. Welcome back to Kokomo, Indiana. The decisive Game 3 here. Winner advances to take on the Madison Mallards tomorrow with a chance to play for the Northwoods League title. Pat Holfeld still on the mound in another inning of relief. And why not? He has been spectacular since he came in a big spot in the 5th inning. Only allowed 2 hits so far. He's facing one of the best hitters for Kokomo at the plate, Chase Mydroth, the highest average of any hitter to play at least 15 games. Just because that disqualifies Tora Otsuka, who only played in 10 games during the regular season. Mydroth hit .345 for the Jackrabbits this year. Down 0-2 in the count. He's 0 for 2. Only 1 hit in the series that came last night. 0-2 from Holfeld. Deals, and Mydroth will stay alive with a foul ball out of play. John Bucheller, the closer for the Pitt Spitters, starting to get loose in the bullpen for any point in the game he's needed, whether it be in this inning if Holfeld gets into trouble, or in the 9th if Holfeld gets out of this. Another 0-2 to Mydroth. Chopper, left side, slow roller. Flores fields, throws, dug out by Monroe, but safe at first is Mydroth. Going to credit him with an infield single, able to beat that slow Chopper. Didn't hit it hard, but he put it in a good spot, and he is on base. That will bring the potential tying run up to the plate in the form of Dylan Dennis. The first baseman is 0 for 3. He does not have a hit in the series. All 3 of his plate appearances have ended with a ground ball to the shortstop, Christian Faust. The last one, the biggest of all, hit into a 6-4-3 double play that ended that 5th inning with the bases loaded. So Holfeld trying to get him to roll over another pitch. Fouls one out of play here. Over the seats on the right side. Dennis will be followed by Tora Otsuka, one of the big bats. A really good hitter from San Diego. 1-1 deals. Bunting is Dennis, and he fouls it off the right side. A perfect pitch by Pat Holfeld. When a hitter shows bunt, you throw a high fastball. You force the hitter to pull the bat high in the zone and get it down, because you don't want to bunt the ball in the air, obviously. And it's something that a lot of hitters struggle with, to get that bat above the strike zone to make sure you get on top of the ball and bunt it fair. And actually, that pitch was up and in. A very hard pitch to bunt, and it went foul. So Dennis has to swing away 1-2. Once again, Holfeld ahead in the count, looking for a double play ball. Holfeld checks the runner back. Ready on 1-2. He deals. And Dennis to right field. That's his first hit of the night. Mydroth will stay at second. And just like that, ladies and gentlemen, tying run is on base in the 8th inning. Dylan Dennis with his first hit of the entire series. And it could be a big one as the tying runs on for Tora Otsuka, the left-handed bat from San Diego. He is 1 for 3 tonight with a double. Infield, the corner infielders are in, protecting a bunt, and I don't see why he wouldn't bunt to put the tying runner in scoring position. But he doesn't show bunt, and the first pitch is inside for a ball. So he might not be sacrificing in this spot. 1-0. Ball blocked by Proctor. The runner at second, Mydroth thought about going, but he has to respect the arm of Proctor, who kept that ball in front. It's 2-0 to Otsuka. And any second now, Bucheller could be in this game. He threw 3 innings against the Jackrabbits earlier this season for a save, or a win, He might have to do it again. 2-0 to Otsuka. Holfeld. He deals it. And Otsuka, swinging away, fouls it straight to the screen. I would assume the plan here is get Bucheller hot as soon as possible, as Holfeld, in his third inning of relief, has thrown 40 pitches. And these are the biggest pitches of the night in a pressure spot. 2-1 the count with 2 on base, nobody out. Holfeld deals, and inside, and it hit Otsuka. He is going to go down to first. The bases are going to be loaded with nobody out here in the 8th inning. Those runners were moving up regardless. It was a ball down low that Proctor was sliding over to block, but it hit Otsuka off the turf, which puts him on first. So with the bases loaded, it looks like we'll get a pitching change, I think. Rebant is out of the dugout. We'll see if he wants to stick with Holfeld. He might just be talking to his defense about the situation here, if they're going to come home on a grounder or if they're going to turn 2, what the strategy is. 2 singles to start from Mydroth and Dennis, and the hit by pitch to Toru Otsuka will have these bases loaded, nobody out. The tying run is on second. But this is a vulnerable spot in the Kokomo lineup. Jacob Simons, Josh Buckley, and Camden Vasquez. Those guys right now in the game, a combined 1 for 8 with 3 strikeouts. So a chance to get big outs here. If 1 run scores, you're okay. You just have to prevent that runner from second coming home. Simons is 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. He walked his last at-bat. The winner moves on. They will host the Madison Mallards tomorrow for a semifinal game. Winner of that game goes on to play either St. Cloud or Waterloo in the Northwoods League Championship. So a lot is on the line here. Holfeld facing Simons with nobody out, bases loaded. First pitch to him. Simons' little chopper to third. Flores boots the ball, and the bases will remain loaded. Here comes the runner, and the Jackrabbits have tied the game. A 2-base error committed by Tito Flores, the guy that gave his team the lead with the 2-run homer back in the 7th. He commits the biggest error on the season. That one would have been a tough play regardless, as Flores had to charge in on the slow roller. I believe he was going to... The only play he would have had was to glove it and try to flip it to Proctor at home. And now with Josh Buckley at the plate, he's going to get walked. They are going to put Buckley on first to load the bases again to set up an out at home. Not the spot of the lineup you want to be at in this situation. Tied at 6, bases loaded for Camden Vasquez. On deck is Adam Crampton, and then the top of the lineup. Adam Crampton on deck is 3 for 3. Jacob Marcy is 2 for 4. So 2 hitters back-to-back that excel at putting the ball in play. And they actually gave a single to Simons on that play. So bases loaded, nobody out. The go-ahead run is 90 feet away here in the bottom of the 8th. Camden Vasquez, the hitter. He's 0 for 3. A ground ball, and the defense is coming home. First pitch to Vasquez inside, almost hit him. I'm shocked that John Bucheller wasn't put in this game earlier. Leaving in Holfeld to get out of the trouble. Deals. Vasquez on the infield. That is a big first out. Infield fly rule is called. Camaletti makes the catch anyway, and that is one huge out. But this job doesn't get any easier. As Adam Crampton is 3 for 3, he will bat a chance to give his team the lead. Incoming John Bucheller to pitch with the bases loaded and 1 out. We'll be right back for Bucheller on the Hill on Pitt Spitter Radio. Back here in Kokomo, bottom of the 8th inning, tied at 6, bases loaded, 1 out. John Bucheller, the closer for Traverse City, enters to try and get 2 huge outs. But he is facing a hitter who has torn up Pitt Spitter pitching this game. And really, for the whole series, Adam Crampton. He is 3 for 3 tonight. 3 singles and 1 RBI. He will be the first man to face Bucheller with the go-ahead run 90 feet away at third. Doesn't need a base hit necessarily. A ground ball might not do the trick either. The corner infielders are in on the grass. They will come home on a ball hit to them. Middle infielders will turn 2. A fly ball will give the Jackrabbits the lead. Bucheller, a fastball pitcher facing Crampton. A good hitter. First pitch to him is fastball high, ball 1. Last time that John Bucheller pitched against the Kokomo Jackrabbits was back on August 5th. Pitched 2 1/3 innings out of the bullpen, got the victory in a 4-3 win. 1-0, deals, and outside, 2-0 the count. All 3 runners on, responsible to Pat Holfeld. Gave up 2 hits, a hit by pitch, then an error, then an intentional walk. Got the pop out on the infield, and then his night ended. 2-0 pitch to Crampton. A strike 1 on the outside corner. Good spot by Buke. A strikeout, of course, the goal in this situation. If you're not going to get a strikeout, then try to get a ground ball to a defender. Crampton doesn't get the ball elevated, so a chance for a grounder. And the 2-1 pitch almost hit Crampton, so it's 3 balls and 1 strike. Have to throw a strike here. You're going to walk in the go-ahead run. Bucheller ready for 3-1 to Adam Crampton. He deals, and Crampton fouls it out of play. Bucheller just has to throw a pitch in the zone. If Crampton hits it, he hits it. But at least he beats you. Don't just want to give them the free pass. So have to just throw a fastball in the zone, I would imagine. Big pitch, full count, 1 out. Bucheller deals, swung on and missed. Crampton goes down swinging. A humongous strikeout by John Bucheller. But his job doesn't get any easier. He goes from one great hitter to another. Got Adam Crampton. Now he has to get Jacob Marcy. Marcy has been the guy for Kokomo all series long. He has 7 hits and 12 at-bats. 2 of them tonight, a single and a double. Grounded into a double play his last time. That's what Bucheller wants right now. A ground ball. First pitch to Marcy. Swung to the right side. Monroe dives, he makes the catch. And the inning is over. John Bucheller, what a pitching performance. And this ball game is going to the 9th inning. 1 inning to decide who wins the Great Lakes East and moves on to the 2nd round. We'll be back for the 9th here on Pitt Spitter Radio. Welcome back to Kokomo, Indiana. What a ball game we have here to decide the winner of the Great Lakes East and who will move on to the semifinals of the Northwoods League playoffs. John Bucheller, what a pitching performance to get out of the bases loaded, one out jam, struck out Adam Crampton and got Jacob Marcy to line out. A beautiful diving play by Chris Monroe to end the inning. Steigel's first pitch swinging. That ball is into the right center field gap and down for a hit. He's going for two. He's going to take the turn. He's going for third. And Michael Steigels leads off the top of the ninth. A lead-off triple and the go-ahead runner at third base. Nobody out. The new pitcher, Tommy Peltier, throws one pitch and Steigels sends it to right center field. That is the go-ahead runner. Couldn't have written a better script for this ball game. Spitters up 2-0 after 4. In the bottom of the 5th, the Jackrabbits, they score 4 runs. In the 7th, the Spitters score 4 runs themselves to retake the lead on the RBI double from Camaletti and the home run by Flores. And then the Jackrabbits tie it up in the 8th, but strand the bases loaded. And now the leadoff triple from Steigels. The infield is in, protecting against a potential bunt from Faust. First pitch swinging down the right field line, just a little bit foul. All Faust has to do is get a ball to the outfield, and they will take the lead. The infield is drawn in. The first baseman, Dylan Dennis, is way in on the grass, protecting against a suicide squeeze because the Spitters have done that to Kokomo twice this season, including on Sunday. Faust here swinging away. Tried to check his swing and inadvertently fouls that one off. So now 0-2 the count. Peltier looking for a big K. 0-2 to Faust. And he fouls it straight back. Now this is a really big spot because on deck is Adam Proctor. He can't swing the bat. So the defense knows that he has to bunt. So Faust needs to get the job done right here. 0-2 again. Dealt. Faust takes that ball low in the dirt. Great piece of hitting by Michael Steigels. One pitch from Peltier, and he drove it to left center, or to right center for a triple. Peltier looking to strand him, though. 1-2 to Faust. He deals. Faust to center, might get the run in, and it drops in for a hit. The Spitters have taken the lead again. 7-6, back and forth we go. What a ball game. A triple and then a single. Proctor, the hitter, I think he has to put a bunt down here. He can't swing with an injury to his wrist, so I think he'll be bunting. A big night here in the ninth already against Peltier, who shut down the Spitters yesterday in the ninth to get the save. Gave up a leadoff single, but then got a double play and a strikeout. A 3-batter save for Peltier. But here in the ninth, things have turned as Peltier gave up a triple. And now the single to Faust. And the batter, Proctor, I think he will put down a bunt, and I'm pretty sure the Jackrabbits know it. But honestly, even if he was able to swing the bat, he might still have been asked to put a bunt down. to put an insurance runner in scoring position. Proctor shows, pulls back, and Faust stealing second. He's in there safely. The throw goes into center field, and the play works to perfection. A stolen base for Faust. A delayed steal. Proctor showed bunt, pulled back. Faust steals second. Now, if Proctor puts a bunt down, it would move Faust to third with only one out. Showing bunt, pulls back, and a called strike on the outside corner. A tough pitch to try and bunt. Can't blame Proctor for holding up on that. The Jackrabbits know the plan is for Proctor to bunt, so their defense is coming way in. Proctor shows, holds on a pitch outside. Peltier trying to get him to chase a slider. He does not. Two won the count to Proctor. Shows bunt again. Pitch is taken. Ball outside. It's 3 balls and 1 strike. Peltier might walk Proctor here. Has to throw a strike here. Top of the order on deck. Mario Camaletti, the hitter. He's 2 for 3 with a pair of doubles. (3-1). Proctor bunts it foul. Proctor shows bunt on 3-2. And he strikes out trying to bunt. I'm surprised Faust didn't steal third there with the lead he was able to get. Proctor down on strikes. But there's a runner still in scoring position. That would have been a huge bunt, though, as it could have made this a 2-run game. If Faust got to third, less than 2 outs, it would have taken a sac fly from Camaletti. So Mario will probably need a base hit to score Faust. He will be followed by Tito Flores. Both these guys in their last at-bats, clutch hits. All with 2 outs. Camaletti tied the game with a double. Flores gave his team the lead with the home run. First pitch to Mario. He takes strike 1 right down the middle. Good off-speed pitch, breaking ball by Peltier. Oh, 1 pitch here to Camaletti. Outside, ball 1. Big at-bat here for Camaletti. 1-1. Peltier ready, looking at Faust at second. Deals. Breaking ball up high. 2-1. Goes the count. Big stressful pitches here. Two and one. Peltier deals. Mario swings through the off speed. Big pitch, 2-2. With insurance runner on second, Camaletti set for the pitch. Peltier fires, and Mario takes that pitch little inside, I believe. I believe it was inside. So the count goes full. Full count pitch. Peltier's payoff. Mario to right field. Down into the corner. Here comes Faust. He's going to score. Mario will stop at second. His third double of the night. His third RBI. And the Pitt Spitters lead 8-6. Getting it done against Tommy Peltier. Now Kokomo out of the pen. Going to have a talk with Peltier as now Flores is the batter. Camaletti with a big clutch hit once again. That's all he's known for. The 3-year Traverse City Pitt Spitter won it all with the club in 2019. He's trying to win it all again in 2021. And he is right on track to do so. The first hurdle to climb is finishing off this win. Up 2. They intentionally walk Tito Flores. Can't blame him. Flores a right-handed hitter. So they're going to intentionally walk him to face the left-handed Mayday. Lefty-lefty matchup. First pitch almost hits Mayday. One and 0 to Mayday is outside. So 2-0 to the lefty. They wanted the matchup, so they went to Mayday. They walked Flores to try and set up a double play. Should get a fastball. He does, and he's way early on it. So it's 2-1. Still the hitters count for Mayday. Chris Monroe in the on-deck circle. If it gets to him. The pitch. Outside, 3-1. Peltier, a much different pitcher than last night. He was in control for the entire 9th inning. But the Pitt Spitters dominating him here in the 9th tonight. 3-1. Inside, Mayday will walk down to first. Bases loaded. In steps Chris Monroe. What an at-bat for Mayday. And this could set up a huge spot. Bases loaded for Monroe, facing a lefty. First pitch to Monroe. He'll take high for a ball. One and 0 to Chris Monroe. Peltier fires, and Monroe fouls it off. Monroe tonight is 2 for 4 with an RBI ground out in the first, then a pair of singles. His last at-bat, he struck out looking. One the pitch. Monroe over the head of Crampton at short. One more run will score. They're going to hold up The runner at third, Flores. RBI base hit for Chris Monroe. It is 9-6 Traverse City. And one step closer are the Pit Spitters to advancing to tomorrow's game, surviving for at least one more day. Trey Younger now the batter. First pitch to Younger, swung on and missed for the first strike. Younger pops one up on the infield. Infield fly is called. Younger upset with himself. Bangs the bat on the ground. That is a big out, number 2. That will bring in Zeb Ruse, last hitter in the inning. Pit Spitters have batted through the lineup. He is the 9th batter here. How will his at-bat end? Oh, 1 from Peltier. Swung on and missed again. Oh, 2 pitch coming. And down low for ball 1. One and 2 the count to Zeb. 1-2, Peltier deals. Zeb to left field. Hit that one on a dime, but right to Tora Otsuka. We go to the bottom of the 9th. The Pit Spitters lead the game by 3, and John Bucheller will enter for another inning and try to shut the door on the Jackrabbits and send this team to the semifinals tomorrow. Bottom of the 9th, up next on Pit Spitter Radio. Bottom of the 9th. 3 outs stand between Traverse City and the semifinals against Madison. Leading off is Gavin Grant, the second baseman. Grant with just 1 hit in 4 at-bats tonight. And this 9th inning, if Jackrabbits want to come back, it's going to have to start with Grant. Grant, fly ball right field, caught by Evan Mayday. There's 1. 2 to go. Brings in Chase Mydroth. First pitch to Mydroth, strike 1. Mydroth takes ball 1. One to Mydroth, deals at ball high. Bucheller looking for the victory in this game. Three runs in the top half by his team. Popped up on the infield. Camaletti makes the call, makes the catch, and the Pit Spitters 1 out away. Dylan Dennis, the last hope for the Jackrabbits. Two quick outs here. First pitch swinging for a strike. Two strikes away. Buechler's 0-1 is fastball high for a ball. The Pit Spitters, if they hold on, will host the Madison Mallards tomorrow. Winner will advance to the Northwoods League Finals. 1-1 is a ball just off the plate. Two and one to count to Dennis. 2-1 from Bucheller is fouled off. And Jackrabbits down to their final strike. What a comeback victory this will be for Traverse City if they hold on. Here is Bucheller's 2-2. Outside the count full. Home crowd trying to will their team to a 2-out comeback. Up the middle. Faust dives. He can't reach it. It's a 2-out base hit. And we are not done yet. Dennis didn't want to be that final out, so he reaches base. Tora Otsuka, left fielder, in now. He's 1 for 3, double and a hit by pitch. Runner takes off, and Otsuka fouls it off of himself. Oh, 1 the count to Otsuka. Runner goes again. Otsuka to short. Faust to Monroe. And the Traverse City Pit Spitters are winners, champions of the Great Lakes East. And they move on to take on the Madison Mallards tomorrow. One more home game for Traverse City. That game will be played at Turtle Creek Stadium. What a ball game, top to bottom, for this team. They led by 2, then they trailed by 4. Or they trailed by 2 after a 4-run inning. Then they led by 2 once again after a 4-run inning by themselves. Then in the 8th, they gave up the lead, tied it at 6, stranded the bases loaded, and then in the 9th, 3 runs, they win 9-6. And this team is 2 wins away from repeating as Northwoods League champions. What a ride it has been so far. And these guys aren't done yet. That is going to do it for me up here in the booth. The game tomorrow at Turtle Creek Stadium, 7:05 p.m. Eastern Time, as the Pit Spitters will look to defend home turf once again, beat the Mallards, and advance to take on the winner of St. Cloud and Waterloo for Northwoods League title. Back at Turtle Creek, which means I'm back on the stream for one more time in 2021. We'll see you all there tomorrow. It's going to be a great matchup. 9-6 final tonight. Traverse City, 2 wins away from a title.